Greetings, fellas. DT here with Chess Reviews. Before I say anything, I'd like to take a minute to give a shout out to viewer and subscriber Bringing a Hat. The guy commented in a video, or I think he probably texted me, sent me a message, I forget, telling me that he was going to make his own video reviews, and he did. And it's excellent. I'm going to put a link in the description. And what I like about it is that he considered things and pointed things out that I typically don't consider when purchasing a set. And it helps me open my eyes and maybe pay attention to those things also. But it also helps you to have two different points of view when it comes to, evaluating and considering your next purchase. So thanks again, Bringing a Hat. Great work. Let's go right in. The only thing I would like to say before I go into the review is that these pieces are very old, 2002, 2003, and maybe the specifications that I will share with you differ from what you actually get when you buy these pieces now. I bought these pieces 2003, I believe, 2002, when they first came out, first generation of these pieces, and I think from reading the website, things might have changed a bit. I'm not sure, so keep that in mind. Let's dive right in. These are the plastic collector series chessmen by House Staunton. I bought them because I absolutely love the wooden brother or sister of these pieces, the collector series in 4 inches. Unfortunately, to this day, I have not been able to buy one of those sets. It's just a little bit over my price range at this point. And as I mentioned before, I have kids, I have a house, everything. So it's just not in my price range at this point in time. They're my favorite pieces. It's like one of those dream things, like a dream guitar or dream car. That for me, that would be my dream chess set. So let's talk about the application. Application for these guys, you could basically do anything you want to do. You could play super fast blitz because the pieces are balanced, well balanced enough, and heavy and just stable enough to where you could definitely play fast without fear of toppling all the pieces over on the board or anything like that. Could you play tournament? Of course, they do meet all tournament requirements. We'll talk about that in a minute. So you should certainly play in a tournament if you would, allowed to bring them in, or if the tournament itself provided these pieces. How about display? I think you could display them. They're beautiful. The flow in the design is outstanding. The flare on these pieces. I love absolutely everything about these pieces. The ratio, crown to the size of the body, the taper, the angles, the width of the base, the rook. It's just so massive. It really, sends that message across that this is a strong piece. How about the knights? Well, goes without saying, probably one of my favorite knights. In fact, just my favorite knight of all time. Really close to the Hastings series. Maybe the Grandmasters too. The bishop with that cut, just gorgeous, beautiful. I really love how the ball on the bishop is cut in half there. By the way, my hands, I was working in the yard, so bear with me. They certainly don't look like, like they belong in a hand model video or a photo. But I'm sorry about that. So how about quality of materials and construction? Outstanding. When you look at little things like the seams, although of course it's plastic, so you're gonna have those mold seams, and even I think that right there is where the plastic comes through into the mold. It's very well trimmed, and the lines are so almost not even there, so discreet. You know, the plastic feels great. The felt bottoms are more what you would find on wooden pieces typically, so it has that thick bottom. I haven't really played too much with these pieces or dropped them too much to tell you how resilient they would be, so I really couldn't talk too much about that. And they have been sitting in their bag pretty much since I bought them. I played very few times with these. I did have a problem with one of my dark pawns. Let me show you here a black piece to illustrate what I'm trying to say. This outer layer on this plastic is almost like a film. It's really hard to describe, but on one of my pawns I had a blister on the plastic, so I tried to peel it to fix it and then made the piece look horrible, so I got a replacement from House of Staunton. So anyways, yeah, that's that in terms of the quality of the plastic. I did find a picture of a broken crown on a queen. I don't know if it was eBay or Craigslist, but by looking at it, it's kind of thin. It doesn't feel brittle or delicate or anything, but I guess if it drops just the right way, or I guess the wrong way, you could damage that. So that's something to keep in mind. How about specifications? Well, these pieces meet all tournament requirements. The king stands at 4 inches tall with a 1.9 inch diameter base, corresponding to 47% ratio in width to the height of the king. So definitely within tournament requirements. Outstanding weight, no, that's a concern, but the king is 3.7 ounces, which is outstanding. The whole set is 4 pounds, 7.3 ounces. Advertised nowadays as 3.62. Keep that in mind. I don't know if that's because they're not weighing the queens, the extra queens, or if it's because the whole weight of the set has gone down in recent years. That's something that you could certainly email House of Staunton about and find out. So yeah, that's the specifications. Competitive options, I would probably think the only one is the Alegria, Legend Alegria by Legend Products. You can find them on eBay. They have a website, you can Google it. 4 pounds for the whole set, so a little bit lighter, but again, their price point is $39.95. Currently, this set is going for $44.99. But it sounds like they're probably around the same. This talks about having green felted bottoms, and I figure they're kind of the same as these. They come in a deluxe drawstring bag, like the one these pieces come in. Let's see if I can give a little peek here. Let me move these out of the way. One of these bags, and in fact their picture online looks pretty much just like it. And it comes with 2 extra queens, so that will be a competitive option. Only criticism I would give these pieces, and it's not even a criticism, is that they're so broad, you need a bigger board. In fact, you need, this is 2 1/4, well actually the regular tournament size is 2 1/4 inch square. This is 2 3/8. So 2 2/8, of course, is tournament size. Like, you know, the vinyl boards you buy, that's the typical size, is 2 2/8 or 2 1/4 inch squares. This is 2 3/8, so it's 1/8 of an inch bigger. And so, as you can tell there, they fit nicely. If you're playing with your regular board, the king might be a little too crowded in there. So you kind of need a specific, you know, a dedicated board if you want to have play with these a lot. That's the only thing. Other than that, though, outstanding. I have to go. I have to run some errands, but I just wanted to make this review for you guys before I did that. Cheers, folks. Thanks for all the subscribers, all the thumbs up, everything. I appreciate it. You guys are the best. Bye. Greetings, fellas. DT here with Chess Reviews. Before I say anything, I would like to take a minute to give a shout out to viewer and subscriber Brendan the Hat. The guy commented in a video, or I think he probably texted me. Sent me a message. I forget. Tell me that he was gonna make his own video reviews, and he did, and it's excellent. I'm gonna put a link in the description. And what I like about it is that he considered things and pointed things out that I typically don't consider when purchasing a set, and it helps me open my eyes and maybe pay attention to those things also. But it also helps you to have two different points of view when it comes to, evaluating and considering your next purchase. So thanks again, Brendan the Hat. Great work.